Happy Sunday, you beautiful essence, you. I hope you've had a wonderful week. I hope it's been really great for you and you've overcome any adversities and you are still cooking with gas and feeling positive about the oncoming week. And today's going to get more positive for you because we're going to meet an incredible human being, a very, very talented and very busy lady. Her name is Noor, Kin4Life. You're going to find out all about her in a minute. But you know what? Let's go and check out some of her music. What do you think?
About it, I'm a oldie in this thing. People know me in this game, but that's the old me. I done changed, but I done never stay the same. And I gotta take it on my real ones, put that money in the bank. Been around way too long, ain't got no shame about it. I'm a oldie in this thing. People know me in this game, but that's the old me. I done changed, but I done never stay the same. And I gotta take it on my real ones, put that money in the bank. Yeah, I was on tour, you was still in diapers. Funny how they hating when they look just like us. It be your own people, here no see no evil. Say we created equal, but I don't see no equal. I rise above the naysayers. Top floor, we are not neighbors. I chill with non-taxpayers. Smooth as Colonial and a sax player. If you's a player, you's a whack player. Tell me why you all of my sack hater. You switch sides, are you back trader? I'm a dad to y'all, I'm Darth Vader. You lukewarm with a hot take, get flipped on like a hot cake. You worried about what's on my plate, you should be worried about what I might break. Been around way too long, ain't got no shame about it. I'm a oldie in this thing, people know me in this game, but that's the old me. I done changed, but I done never stay the same. And I gotta take it on my real ones, put that money in the bank. Been around way too long, ain't got no shame about it. I'm a oldie in this thing, people know me in this game, but that's the old me. I done changed, but I done never stay the same. And I gotta take it on my real ones, put that money in the bank, yeah. One time for the triple OGs up in this bed. Got so many diamonds on me, it's slit my wrist. We call that a suicide watch. See, my life is a movie non-stop. Just imagine if you went hard too. Then you wanna be trying to be the op. Got enough stress trying to swerve the block. Got enough stress trying to curb the cops. Got enough stress trying to follow the intake path. 100 steps into the top. Should be thinking about you, yo, yo. Stop thinking about me. I've been running out all my life. Cause I got with a fee. Cause I'm timeless like a motor lease. I bought the thing that you trying to lease. So don't confuse us, we are not the same. You cannot compete, I'm an athlete. You in the stands like a stand. You should be shaking my hand. Instead you wanna bite the hand that feeds you. I guess you don't understand. Been around way too long, ain't got no shame about it. I'm a oldie in this thing. People know me in this game, but that's the old me. I done changed, but I done never stay the same. And I gotta take it on my real ones, put that money in the bank. Been around way too long, ain't got no shame about it. I'm a oldie in this thing. People know me in this game, but that's the old me. I done changed, but I done never stay the same. And I gotta take it on my real ones, put that money in the bank, yeah.
I know you are desperate to meet her, but I'm afraid you're going to have to learn a little bit of a lesson in patience at the moment because we are going to a very quick Jaden Show commercial. Okay, it is time for you to put your hands in the air, to wave them like you just don't care, to scream and shout and welcome to the Jaden Show, the amazing Kin4Life. Oh my goodness, Kin4Life, how are you, lovely?
I'm fabulous. I'm lovely.
Lovely.
I'm lovely, darling.
That was really good. We'll progress to water later.
Yes,
Okay,
water. Yes.
Oh, you do it
water.
really well.
Yes.
You know your art, sister, let me tell you.
Okay, to the queen.
So, yeah, well, there's one here. So, singer, songwriter, photographer, producer, award-winning creator. That's a lot to live up
Don't
to.
forget actor. Hold on, actor.
And actor as well.
Yes.
Oh my God, what don't you do, mate?
Eat meat.
Well, that's not a negative. So that's,
right. I don't eat meat.
So veggie or vegan? Veggie or vegan?
I'm a vegetarian now because I have not found a good vegan cheese yet that I really love. I mean, I had like one good homemade one that was made out of cashews, but like as far as buying it in the store, it's so hard to find a vegan cheese. So yeah, I'm trying to wean myself off of dairy though.
I was veggie for 7 years.
Wow.
And then moved to Mexico. Right. And then I would ask for something vegetarian, but they would fry it in pig fat. I'm like,
yeah.
And I'm not sure that this is defeating the object for me, really.
Right.
But anyway, it's not about my lunchtime snack. This is about you and your artistry because A, you're incredibly talented, and B, you do so much. I don't know how you managed to cram it all in. So I want to take you way back, right, to when it all started, when little Noor was running around in her diapers, right?
Right.
What was going on around you in that family situation musically that kind of created the artist that you are today?
Man, I always going to point to my mom. Like, both of my parents were artists. You know, they met singing in the choir together. So I come from a musical family where there was constant music. Back then, they played vinyl. So my parents each had their own vinyl collection. They wrote their names on their albums. So if they split,
no confusing shit.
Yeah, don't try to take my shit with you. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't play yourself. So it was a lot of good music playing between Michael Jackson, Madonna, Prince, Kid and Play. So many dope influences on every level throughout so many eras. So I grew up on some like really soulful music and some really dope hip hop. And I remember as a kid, like getting my first couple hip hop tapes that I had to own myself. Yeah. Shout out to my titi Diane. She got me like the Nas Illmatic album. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Yeah, Nas Illmatic, Cypress Hill, like that kind of vibe, like in those times. So, just in that little era between like being a small child and like in my elementary age. So yeah, I was surrounded by music. My mother was always walking around the house rapping, singing. She was doing shows actively. She was in a group with her sisters. They would pop out and do like talent shows. Cool. Yeah, my mom was in the studio heavy, so she would take me with her. And I would be like co-producing records when I was just a little kid, like singing background vocals because she had cut demos in the house and stuff. So you could hear me like straining my little voice in the back trying to sing like I was Mary J. Blige. You know what I mean? Like I was like, hold on. I can do this too. Let me in. She'd let me do it too. She ain't never stopped me. So shout out to my Dukes for always being supportive. And she actually taught me how to write my first rhyme. So I attribute my musical talents to my parents, but mainly my mom.
That's so superb. So, I guess if you had no choice, really, I mean, it's part of your genetics. I mean, it really would have been a complete and utter shock if you hadn't to be a creative. So, what was the most obscurest thing that you was into? I mean, like, I'm hearing like all these albums. I'm like, yeah, I had a Cypress Hill album, and I was into like Lauryn Hill and all this. But I was an adult at this point, because I'm probably the same age as your parents. So when you say I had this as a kid, I'm like, that in my 20s, you understand? But so like, what was the most like obscurest thing that you would listen to? The thing that, because obviously you look like a bad girl. Do you know what I mean? Like you've got this amazing persona. I can't imagine you listening to Enya, for example.
Well, I say I mean, I listened to a lot of gospel growing up. I was in church all the time as a kid, so people wouldn't think that I was into gospel, but I was in the choir. I was in many different choirs. So I really enjoyed gospel music growing up, and I always loved like just like the harmonies and the bigness of it all, and like the power behind it all. And so gospel music spoke to me a lot as a kid. But then I would go and listen with my aunt. You know, sorry, I had a call coming in. I gotta make sure. I mean, turn my phone on, do not disturb. Sorry about that.
Don't be silly. It's the joys of being an artist, right? There's always someone that wants you.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? That's my girlfriend calling. She should know because I told her my interview's at 1, so, but she just misses me. Sorry. Anyway, so I really loved music too from my titi Yvonne. She used to listen to people like U2 and like what were some of those like alternative, like Alanis Morissette, you know what I'm saying? Right, like that kind of vibe, like those kind of like alternative vibes, Nirvana, you know what I mean? And like I was
pretty much covered everything in your youth, right?
Yes, and growing up too, we had access to video TV, so they were still playing music videos when I was growing up. MTV, VH1, BET. You know, VH1 would do like pop-up video. They show like George Michael. You know what I mean? And like,
my video was on VH1.
Yeah, stuff like that. So, yeah, okay, that's
I never got on MTV. I think maybe I got on MTV once, but no, there was VH1, and there was a thing called the Box.
Yeah, so, the Box. Yeah,
so we were on. Me and my group, we were on the Box.
Wow! Shout out to you and your group.
Okay. Yeah, that's amazing. Well, you had really strong foundations of everything, right? So, do you ever go back and listen? I mean, I was, you know, in my youth, I have a very different lifestyle now. But in my youth, I started singing because of the church as well, doing gospel, and I got into like I was a little bit, you know, I loved my Amy Grant, but I also loved my Winans and, you know, BBC Winans and all this as well. The people that I love the most back in the day, and I still sing the Winan stuff, and I still sing Amy Grant when I'm singing, you know, at one of my events, because they, you know, even though my message is different now, the meaning and the energy behind that song was still the same. And I still, like in my lowest points, I still tend to listen to stuff that I last kind of felt that edified me, and, you know, like even say that, you know, I'm not born again Christian now, but I will still, you know, whack on a bit of, you know, Winans or Amy when I'm kind of feeling that I just need a bit of a pickup. Do you still go back to your roots of music, or is it kind of like I'm doing my hip hop now, I'm just listening to them because I'm, you know, I need to saturate myself in, you know, like how does it work for you musically now?
I'm inundated with my own material. So I'm my biggest fan. I'm my own biggest fan. I make music all the time, and I make all types of genres, not just hip hop. I do a little bit of everything. And I know people say they frown on that. They're like, well, you don't know who you are as an artist if you do it all. But I mean, that's your opinion. You know what I'm saying? I feel like we've come here with all these senses. That's like telling me I can't smell, see, or hear at the same time.
Yeah.
Like I have senses, right? And I have to satisfy those senses. And if my senses are telling me to make all different types of genres, that's what I'm going to do. I guess I thrive in hip hop, and hip hop is my number one always. But I make such a multitude of sounds, and it's because I do a lot of sync licensing, things like that. So whatever the brief calls for, I'm getting in on that. I know people say there's no music money to be made in the music industry, but I feel like that's BS. I feel like there's so many ways to hustle yourself as an artist. You just got to be willing to put in the work, and you got to be able to sometimes be uncomfortable. I'm not saying every song I ever make is my favorite song, but there's a lot of songs that I make that's all I want to hear after I make it. Like recently I knocked out 3 new records, and it's like I'm working on an album right now. So I'm kind of just getting into the feel and the vibes of where I want to go. And like, I want to go someplace deeper than I've ever been as an artist. So I just been like obsessing over these 3 records, and they just feel so good to me. They sound so good to me. So that's what I really tap into, the things that I make that make me feel good. And I don't think there's any other person in the world that can speak to me the way I speak to me. You know what I mean? I'm a Gemini, so like, I'm my own number one fan. So that's what I'm tapping into. Most of the time I'm listening to my own stuff.
Wow, that's super cool. And I think actually it's knowing who you are as an artist allows you to give the creativity its flexibility, and it's able to constantly evolve and change, shapeshift, right?
You got to. That's how you stay relevant. You know what I mean? You got to.
And music isn't just 4 notes and no saxophone, or, you know, I'm like when I was younger, you know, I was signed to BMG. And it was like, no, I'm sorry, you can't put a harmonica in this, or you can't put a sax in this, because this has got to be, it's going off of your, the vibe that you're trying to create. And I think COVID showed that more than anything, that whole situation, because it showed the pure vulnerability and fragileness of our industry. So if you aren't able to overcome and adapt, you're pretty screwed in the future. So the fact that you are, nor Kin4Life, whether you're whatever flavor you're doing, I think exactly shows who you are as an artist, rather than you don't know
exactly
musically. So I think that's
I
amazing.
agree. I definitely agree. I just always hear people be like, don't try to be the jack of all trades, be the master of one. But how are you going to know what your true calling is if you don't try other stuff? Your time here is not guaranteed on this earth. You don't have time to just try some stuff for like 10 years at a time. Like sometimes you got to do it all and see what speaks to you the most and what stands out and what's working, and then hyper focus on that. But life, we're constantly running tests on the things that work for us. So, you know what I mean? Sometimes you might set out to do one thing and wind up doing something else and kind of fall into it because you were going after, you know what I mean? Were you supposed to ignore your route? You have to listen to yourself, and you have to go the routes that the world is created for you. We can have plans for ourselves, but the higher power, the universe, always going to have some other plans for you.
Absolutely.
So you got to go with that. Don't resist it. You know what I mean? The path of least resistance is the best way to get anywhere.
Amen. Absolutely. And why alienate someone else from being able to listen to the magic which you're creating, just because some label or some person thinks, well, you can't add that flavor, or you can't do a country song because you're not a country artist. Why can't you? You can if you want to. Music is music. It's energy. It's magic.
We don't eat the same food all the time, right? We
absolutely.
Meals. We like to use different ingredients. So why do we have to? We don't wear the same clothes every day. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you don't just unless you wear roses in your garden, right?
Right, exactly.
You want everything. You want things that feed hummingbirds and butterflies and bees and look pretty and smell good. Like, no, I think the only, and I don't even think it's a negative, the only drawback to being a multifaceted artist is that it's way more bloody work, love. That's that is it,
it is. It's work in every sense of the word, though. Like if you're really trying to build something for yourself that's long term, it's a marathon, like Nipsey Hussle said. You know what I mean? It's a marathon, and it continues. I think that's life in general. Your journey never really truly has one destination.
No.
You might have these points along the way, these milestones that you hit along the way, but every time you get to one, you're going to want something else.
Absolutely.
So your life is always ongoing. Just have fun, live it to the best of your abilities. Like DJ Jazzy Jeff says, die empty. You know what I'm saying? Die empty, like put it all out there. Every part of you that is art is meant for you to share. It's not meant for you to hoard, and like you don't get to come back in this skin again. I don't think, in my opinion, I don't think we get to come back as who we are right now.
No.
I feel like we come back, but as something different. And I feel like if you're giving these gifts while you're here right now, give it out. Yeah. Share it with the world. Change the frequency. Make something better.
I've always said the journey is the destination.
It is, exactly.
It's a continuing path. So,
absolutely.
What is going on for you now? You just mentioned the 3 tracks that are kind of really plaguing your mind in a positive way at the moment. What is going on for you at the moment, musically, artistically? Because I want to cover your series as well. I really need to talk about that.
So. Yeah, for sure. I always got a multitude of things going on. I had to actually force myself to take like a little bit of a break right now. It's not even a full break, but like I just came back from, I was in New Orleans for a little while, just having fun, catching up with family and stuff. But aside from that, like I said, I'm working on my first solo album. I was in a group forever, over 20 years, Kin4Life, hence the name. It was me and another girl, and we did everything. We went to the Grammys. We done hundreds of thousands of shows, released so much music together. So now I'm finally kind of getting to a point where I want to work on a project that I'm ready to, tell my story. Because I've dropped over like 60 singles over the last like 2 years or something like that. So I'm on average 30 singles a year. Wow. That's almost more than 2.5 songs a month. You know what I mean? So I've been really like dropping a lot of music, just trying to kind of find my audience. But right now, I'm locking in to do this album. And I'm reaching out to other artists to collaborate on that project. I just sent out a couple records over the last 2 nights to like some people to add some like little spice to it. Let's see. I got The Seasoning, which is my show, which I'm the creator, director, producer, editor, everything.
Tea lady.
Yes.
The lot.
Yes, lightning. What is it? The lighting person.
Yeah.
The gaffer, whatever you want to call it.
Sweet.
Yeah, I'm doing everything. But
the
season.
How did all that start?
Mm-hmm. It just came from me just waking up with an idea, and I was like, well, I don't want to sit on this idea because I feel like if I don't do it, somebody else will. So basically, I'll tell you a little bit about the show. The Seasoning is a platform where we go into the artist's kitchen, their home kitchen, and we record them performing live. So it's live vocals only. We're not doing any like lip syncing type of stuff. So you really get to hear the artist, you hear their voice. And then it's followed by an in-depth documentary style interview where we go deeper into who the artist is as a person, not just about their art, but who they are as a human being. Because the issue for me is the reason why I even came up with this idea is because we are being treated like cattle. There's more artists than ever. There's AI artists, there's human beings that are artists. And what's happening is that it's flooding the market. And in turn, people are seeing it as a money grab. They can see that people want to be so famous and they want to be, not everybody that's an artist is actually an artist. They want the lifestyle of an artist. So they're just trying to squeeze in and just do whatever they can to get a part of this pot. You know what I mean? And with that in turn, you have so many of these mic drops, what we call in America. Basically, you'll see like a mic hanging, or you'll see a mic on a mic stand, and people just rapping and performing, and they're not even vocally like live. Number one, they're just rapping over their track, and then the track is laced. So some of them are live, but then those people are being charged to be on that, you know what I mean? So they're like just charging artists out the wazoo for that type of stuff and not really telling their story. So you're getting funneled through, you're getting a quick performance where it's like 2 seconds of fame and then off to the next one. Yeah. So it's like people are getting pushed out so fast. I kind of wanted to slow down the clock, and I wanted to be like, let's tell the story. Like, who is this person? Why do we want to support them as an artist? Because at the end of the day, anyone can flip a burger. But what's the customer service value? Like, you go to certain restaurants because you know you're going to be treated a certain way, right? So that's why you keep spending your money there. You have a certain expectation. So I want to build that expectation through telling the story of the artist. I want people to really be able to tap in and be like, damn, I feel connected to this person because they told the story that reminded me of something I've been through. The relatability factor and just adding value. So yes, in season 2, we will be charging. For season 1, I did not charge any artist to be on the show, but for season 2, we have to charge. I'm giving people documentary style interview that they can use for anything, their website, their EPK, for promo, forever, for all their social media, plus live vocals and live performance, high quality. So, and then I'm giving them a week's worth of promotion across 3 platforms, YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram. And each artist that I promoted so far is averaging between 20 to 80,000 views per artist for that week. Amazing. Yeah, so they're getting maximum views, maximum exposure. And so, yeah, you got to invest a little bit in that because I'm out here driving around throughout New York, Connecticut, New Jersey, driving to people's houses with all my thousands of dollars worth of equipment. Mm-hmm. Plus, I got to pay my assistant. Shout out to Shots by E. She comes, she shows up. So we're producing a major show. So, yeah, we got to eat too. You know what I'm saying? Absolutely. But we also going to flip that money back into promotion anyway. So we're not going to eat that much now. We're going to be having steaks for dinner. You know, I don't eat meat, but you know what I mean?
Hot dog in a service station.
You know what I mean? Exactly, right. So it's not a get rich scheme for me. It's more so about building this community and showing people where their money is actually going and like making it important. It's not about the money. It's really about giving something quality to the artists that they can take and actually grow from and get an audience from.
That's it's kind of why I started this show. Really, no one ever supported me on my journey, and I just wanted to give back and and just be a platform that I can chat to people. And everyone's like, Jaden, your shows are too long, mate. You need to make them like under 10 minutes. And I'm like, how can you get to know someone in less than bleeding 10 minutes? So I would always say to my artists, right, I try and keep it around the half an hour show. I had this amazing artist. His name's Junior Giscombe. And he was really big in the States back in the kind of Beverly Hills Cop 2 kind of time. It was an R&B artist from the UK, huge in the UK as well. And I said, look, I'd like to keep it around half hour if I can, but we just talk until you run out of things to tell about yourself or we run out of things to talk about. I think the show went for almost 2 and a bit hours.
Wow.
I was like, that's great. I love that. I mean, how can you get to know someone in 13 seconds?
I know. I just said a mouthful to you. You can't get me to talk about things I'm passionate about. I apologize because I went on a rampage just now.
No,
I
like
really
this. Is what this show's about.
Yeah.
I want to know somebody. I want to know what makes them tick. I don't care whether 4 people watch that or 4,000 people watch it. As long as the 4 people that watched it and then go, no, I love that content. I love what that person's about. It's about authenticity and just being your true self and not conforming to the 15-second TikTok.
Inspiring one person holds a lot of value, right? Because you never know who that one person's going to affect.
Absolutely.
They can take it and affect thousands, millions of people based on them just solo being affected, That reminds me of a story I heard. There was a creator on YouTube and he was doing his videos consistently. And each and every time he would post his videos, he was getting like 3 or 4 views, right? It would be like his view, his mama view, one of his friends, somebody else. And he said he never quit. And one day he checked and one of those views was Oprah Winfrey.
Wow.
And she gave him his own show on the own network. So 4 views, but one of those views is Oprah Winfrey.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Exactly. So it's not about always quantity. Sometimes it's about the quality of the person that you're affecting. It doesn't have to be a superstar, but it could just be somebody who could take your message and further push it out for you. So as long as somebody gets what we're doing, that's all I care about. Same. Yeah,
I remember I used to, like, as an artist, you sing everywhere you get invited, pretty much. So I've been asked to do, like, lots of shopping malls and stuff like this, and I was singing the shopping mall, and I was singing it halfway, and people just seemed to be interested in what was selling cheap in the Primark super, next to me, and I was just like, no one gives a shit, really. Like, I don't know why, and I wasn't in the best space, and I'm like, this is never going to happen. I don't know why I do this. I've got no idea why I do this. And then and I always attract crazies, right? And afterwards, there was this woman who was kind of just standing next to her. I was packing up my stuff, and I'm like, you all right, lovely? And she's like, yeah, thank you. And she was kind of standing around. I'm like, oh my God, here we go. It's gonna happen all over again. And anyway, I just said, can I help with anything? Like, everything good with you? How you feeling? You having a good day, darling? Like, all this kind of stuff. And it turned out, and it really kicked my ass as well, that she'd basically said that she'd been agoraphobic for 15, 20 years. Like, hadn't left the house since her father died for over a decade at least.
Wow.
And she said she's been in therapy for pretty much that time as well. She said she opened her front door to put the rubbish out or something like this. And she said, and I heard a voice singing Dancing with My Father by Luther Vandross. She goes, and that was the song that I used to pretty much came when my father died. And she goes, and I had to go and find out where it was coming from. She said, this is the first time I've ever left my front door, like my front garden, in 15, 20 years. So I had to make sense of it. And she goes, and I feel nervous, but I feel good. And I was like, oh my God, do you want to go for coffee? She's like, oh, no, I do need to be getting back on that. That's cool, I understand.
Yeah.
But that was like, I automatically thought, oh, it's just another crazy. No one's interested. But
look at that.
After over a decade, me singing to everyone just wanting to buy a cheap T-shirt, actually did affect someone's life in quite a profound way. Not because of my ability, just because I was the right person doing the right thing at the right time in the universe. No,
exactly. You were a conduit. There was a higher power working through you.
But that's what we are as artists, right? But that's what we should be as artists, really.
Yeah, exactly.
If there's one thing I bring with me from my gospel, my gospel experiences from those days, is like, I had a little ministry, so I'd go all around England, ministering in song at a different church, right, on a Sunday. And I would spend the week before praying, what song should I deliver? What message should I deliver on that Sunday? In the hope that the one I chose would touch somebody, more than just, oh, that's a pretty song. And I lost that as a pop star. I lost that completely. I just sang, you got 45 minutes on the way to studio to learn this pop track. Let's put it down. Let's get it out because we've got to plan the video, got to learn dance routine. And it was just like shit. There was no meaning. It was very conveyor belt music, which was fun and a great experience, but it lost its depth and its meaning. And I used to, as a solo artist now, I did an album called The Light, and I really wanted to do a non-gospel gospel style album, as in Good News, that I would actually, that each song had to have a message that would, you know, touch somebody and change somebody, or, you know, make someone smile or make someone sing along. It just has to have like a positive effect. And I think we lose that. So I think maintaining our authenticity and our connection to that creativity is more important than having a semi and a pair of swimming trunks and mime into, I don't know, Cardi B or something. You know? So,
Yeah.
you know, so I love the fact that what you're doing is just absolutely amazing. Where
Thank you.
Where do you plan to take it? What are your hopes and dreams for what you're doing, especially with the series as well?
I really just want to continue to have an organic upward movement, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not in any rush. I've been doing music for so long. I know I look young, but I'm an OG. I'm very much seasoned and been out here for a while. I've experienced a lot, and I've been very lucky to be in some powerful rooms with people I look up to, and even work alongside some people that I think are amazing artists. So yeah, I'm just having fun. I'm not putting no pressure on myself. I think my story and my movement and who I am is very much seen by people, and people get it. The people that rock with me, and I just want to continue growing, like do more films, do more acting. I definitely enjoy acting, but really getting this first album done is the most thing that's important to me, because I feel like I'm excited to like really share this deeper side of myself, because I make a lot of fun records, but I don't ever necessarily get like super duper deep. I have deeper songs, but this album is going to be very personal. And so I'm excited to just knock that out and present it to the world and push it for as long as I have to, you know, so the right amount of people hear it. I would like to be a big household name, because I think I'm a person worth looking up to. I understand that artists don't always feel comfortable with being role models, but I'm okay with being a role model. And I think I can affect so many young people, people that have had to deal with mental health issues. I used to be severely depressed, and I don't even want to say used to be, like I could slip back into it at any moment if I don't keep myself going. But I've had suicidal thoughts and had times where I was going to quit and just living in general. So I want to be that light for people, to show them like, keep going no matter what. Like, don't give up on your dreams. It doesn't matter how old you are, young or old, you can do whatever it is that you put your mind to. And I want that message to be felt and heard. And I want it to come from me, and I want to affect other people and make them feel the same way. Like, you could keep going, like, don't give up. And that's important to me, is just to spread that energy. Like, I think anybody who's ever met me in person has left happy after speaking to me. I have that effect. I'm really a genuinely loving person. Like, I love people. Like, I tell people all the time, I don't have to know you forever to love and care for you. I'm not afraid to be vulnerable with people. And I think people need to see that, because we've been taught now to be like, every man for themselves, watch out, this is me, you know what I mean? Yeah, like, get out of here, I don't trust you. We can't be like that. If we want to grow as individuals, we have to grow together. You know, somebody's always going to be better at something than you are. So what's wrong with working alongside these people so they could fill in the gaps, so you could fill in the gaps for them?
Absolutely. And I think that's amazing. I think with the intensity of social media, which I actually call anti-social media, it really is. It's about everyone for themselves now. And I think, you know, people that have sympathy and empathy and a generally caring spirit, which normally are the creatives, that's why we're downplayed the most. I think it's really important. I think you should go for bloody president, mate.
Yeah, you never know, right? I could. Shit, I think I could do anything I put my mind to. You know what I mean? And I'm here for the ride. I really am a passenger in this life. Yes, I am the pilot as well, but I think we play both roles simultaneously. I think we're the pilot and we're also the passenger, and you got to be okay with being both and just find that balance between both and just let things flow. I used to be a person that was an overthinker, and just always stress about things that I couldn't control. But I find that I'm wasting my time anytime I do that. It's like, just let it flow. Yeah. Everything is going to work itself out. Like, the universe is doing things for you, not to you. Yeah. Even though sometimes it might be uncomfortable, things might hurt sometimes. Life is sometimes a jagged little pill. but we have to just swallow it, keep going. You know what I mean? Pause, no Diddy. But you know what I mean? Like, we just got to keep going and pushing through adversity and believing in ourselves and believing in each other. Like, there's so many beautiful people in this world doing beautiful things. People like you, people like me, and people that we rock with. And just keep that faith in humanity and know that the world is not as bad as the news wants to make it. They want to lower our frequency. That's why I don't even watch the news. I don't rock with none of that. Even on my social media feed, I try to look at fun cat videos, music.
Me too.
I don't want to see nobody dying. You know what I mean? They show us that kind of stuff because they understand the impact of what it has on our ability to manifest. If you don't feel good, you cannot create. If you don't feel like belief in yourself, you're not going to do anything for yourself. So avoid negativity like the plague.
Yeah.
Believe in yourself and keep going.
Well, it's the plague, quite frankly.
You know what I mean? Negativity is a plague. It
and
is.
Everything's here, right? This is our, you know, it's very subtle yet very, very effective now.
Yeah, man.
You know?
It is.
I think it's amazing. What would you say so far has been the highlight of your career and your journey of creation?
Man, I've had a couple highlights, like me being a solo artist and being considered for 4 different categories at the Grammys this past year. That was an incredible feat to do that on my own. You know, to show that I can really like step out and have some success on my own. Just building like the lifelong fans that I've had, that's been a highlight for me. Like, there's people that DM me and they'll bring up a song I wrote in 2007. You know what I'm saying? Like, or some people that got CDs and cases from songs I dropped in 2003, you know? And just like the way people show up for me, like the highlights of my family coming to all my shows that I do in New York, because they're all here in New York. So if I'm doing anything locally, I know I can look in the audience and I'm going to see my mother right there. I'm going to see my titis, my cousins, like my family. The way they show up for me is incredible. And like, this is a big part of the reason why I want to be so wealthy, so I can take care of these people, because they take care of me in a way that I feel like I just want to pour back into them, whatever that means, through love, through finances, whatever that is. I just want to take away their worries. Other highlights, you know, meeting Jay-Z, being in the same room with like so many great people. I mean, Missy Elliott, you know, TLC. Like, I've photographed Tyra Banks, you know, Kevin Hart. Like, I've been around so many dope, bigger people. But I mean, that is what that is, you know. My whole life has just been one highlight in the midst of darkness, is what I want to say. It's been a balance of like hardships, but also a lot of good wins. And so the wins always, to me, outshine the darkness. You know what I mean? Because I've been through some things. And we all have our life story. I like last year I had 2 major surgeries. You know what I mean? Literally fresh off the surgical table, back performing 2 weeks later. You know, just pushing through everything. And my life has been a series of curses and blessings, and I'm okay with that. You know what I mean? I feel like that's what keeps life interesting. Nothing's ever going to be perfect or okay. Everything's fine. How we like to portray it on, you know, Instagram. Everything's okie dokie. No.
Yeah, absolutely.
Facebook. You know what I mean? Not everything is always glorious. Not everything is lined in gold. But I feel like through it all, you know, hold on, I'm going to grab something to show you. As I just looked over to my plaque, that I have hanging on my wall, over 1 million streams by myself.
That is,
you know what I'm saying? As a solo artist, y'all see Kin4Life over 1 million streams. And something like this, a lot of artists won't even ever see, and they might have record deals. They might have more money than me. They might have grew up rich. You know what I'm saying? They might have everything better than I had, but I worked hard for this. You know what I mean? This is 1 million ears listening to my music, or maybe like 50,000 ears listening a lot of times. Who knows?
That's amazing.
But whatever it is, somebody's listening, you know, and that's all that matters to me. So yeah, shout out to the plaques. Okay.
Here's to doubling and tripling those figures.
Yes, absolutely. That's what we're doing. Always upward growth, you know?
Amen. Absolutely. So tell me, people, obviously they've now met you. They love you. They want to support you and follow your career. Where can they do that?
They just come straight up to the YouTube or to Instagram. Just type in Nor, N-O-R, and then Kin4Life, KIN, the number 4LIFE. And you'll find me on all platforms. Come to my Bandcamp page, nordkin4life.bandcamp.com. That's where you could buy my music directly from me, and I get a higher cut than I would on any other site. Like, I feel like Bandcamp gives us like 80% or something like that. And sometimes they have Bandcamp Fridays where you get 100%. So it's really more so for artists. If you really want to support the artist directly, we get more that way. Or you could cash at me and I can send you some music and I really get to keep it. So, there's a million ways to reach me if you want to support me, but just listen to the music, tell a friend. You don't have to buy anything. I have music that's not even, you could listen to it for free. So it's whatever. It's not about the buying. I just want you to know it and listen to it and get into it. I got something for everybody. Well, not for everybody, but I got something you're going to like.
So there's no thrash metal at the moment then, no?
You say what?
There's no thrash metal at the moment.
Oh, no thrash metal, but I mean, shit. I used to do that back in my career when I was in a group. Yeah, we played with a live band and we'd be rocking out. So, yeah, I've touched on a lot of stuff. Drum and bass, reggaeton. I recently did a K-pop record.
Wow, amazing.
I figure it out. Yeah, I like it all, man. I feel like it all influences. I'm a Gemini, so I have a little bit of everything inside me. I'm a melting pot as an artist,
Love this. Bloody love this. Well, firstly, thank you, because I know you are crazy busy. So I really appreciate it. Yeah, we have to be with what you're doing. So I really do appreciate your time and coming to chat to me today. People at home, you've met her, you love her, please go and support her and follow her journey on her social media. You will see links underneath this interview and in the write-up of this episode as well. You'll find where you can find Nora as well. Mate, come back and talk to me when your album gets released. Let's do a quick chat and
maybe we need to collaborate too and do something together.
I'm up for all of that,
because you play instruments and all that.
Triangle.
Okay, I'm with that. Cowbell over here.
Respect.
Wrap it up.
Well, we're halfway there, quite frankly.
I appreciate you. I love your tattoos too, man. Your tattoos are sick. Your tattoos are sick.
I've got a fair bit of space left. I need to kind of.
Yeah.
The thing is, it's money and my pain threshold. Both of them are quite low at the moment, but I intend to, I intend to pick up on the ink. I thought I'm never going to have a six-pack because I don't really want one, to be fair. That's the reason. And but I can be painted different to most, so this is going to be.
There you go. Have fun with that.
I will do. It's a pleasure to meet you. I hope we stay in touch.
Can you just say bloody hell for me?
Bloody hell. Bloody hell.
I love that.
I love it. It even sounds like, because I live in Mexico now. So even when I hear I'm kind of thinking, obviously I still have my English accent, but I have to tone down a lot of everything I say to make myself understandable here. And my Spanish is improving, but it's not fantastic. But I was watching, I think, because I'm a sad boy, I love Harry Potter. So I was watching Harry Potter a while ago, and Ronald Weasley was like, bloody hell, Harry. And I was like, oh my God, that's what we sound like. I love it.
Yes. So how'd you even end up in Mexico? I'm going to give you a quick interview. How'd you get
the very basic story is my penis fell in love with a Mexican in England and got married.
Okay.
Which only
that's where she was living. She was just like
he was visiting London.
I'm sorry.
No, don't be silly. No.
Okay.
And so that was kind of what happened, but the marriage only lasted 18 months.
Oh wow. Okay.
So the divorce procedure was a lot more expensive and a lot longer than the marriage.
I'm in the middle of a divorce right now.
Oh mate, it's rough.
Yeah.
Assholes.
I served my wife and she served me back instead of just signing the papers.
Yeah, well, mine all went wrong when we were going to sign papers. But the reason why I'm still here in Mexico and I live in a very beautiful place, very basic, is because I've got 22 street animals that I look after.
Oh,
so they're my responsibility. So I can't just say, sorry, kids, back on the street, boys go home tomorrow.
Yeah, wow.
So I've had to, I continue to make life. So
but maybe that was part of your reason for even being there.
Absolutely, absolutely. There has to be a reason, because I would never have left a very comfortable life in the UK, and I still love the UK, although it's going a bit shit at the moment. But I would never have left a really, really in-depth comfort zone. Right. So that was the only way the universe could get me out of it, and it's been very dark. But like you said, when things are sometimes the most darkest, the light seems to be a bit brighter, right?
Yes,
So
yes.
you just follow that path. That, like you said, like we said, the journey is the destination. So I'm constantly being moved. And
Right.
I think the most important thing is the world became really small. I mean, I miss my family. I miss all my friends. I don't have friends here. All my friends are in London. So I kind of just think, but if tomorrow, if that something happened and someone said, "Oh, Jaden, we'll take you and your animals and come and live in Bangladesh for 6 months and sing here," I'm like, "Yeah, get me my ticket, man. Pack my suitcase." Like, I was scared of most things, as a very insecure, suffering from mental health and being, a little bit on the autistic spectrum. Stepping out of comfort zones was very difficult for me.
Yeah.
Whereas doing this obliterated
Right.
99.9% of my comfort zone. So now I'm a lot
Yes.
freer to do a lot more stuff. So yeah, absolutely.
You see that? That's beautiful. It's always going to be some beautiful side of it. It's all if you're open to receiving that message. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And I love that you're seeing it that way, because it's the only way to see it, right? We could let everything destroy us and be like, "Oh, it's terrible," and then what? It gets worse. You know what I mean? The more we believe it's bad, the worse it gets. But if we start to look at the positive aspect and like, okay, I get it. Like me moving to Georgia, like when I was living in Atlanta, like the last 10, 12 years on and off. And I initially, when I went down, I did not want to live there, but I went because the girl I was in the group with, she bought a house and just sprung it on me in the top part of our career. We were on MTV, BET, like all these channels, PBS. We were on covers of magazines. Like we were on our tipping point of really blowing up. And she wants to go live in a whole new state. And I was like, really? We got to start from scratch now. Like our fan base is here in New York. Like we're selling out shows. But then 2 weeks after I moved there, one of my friends got killed in a drive-by. And literally where he got killed is where I asked him not to stand. I'm a clairvoyant, so I get messages and I can see sometimes events before they happen. And I saw him before I moved and I was like, do me a favor. Please do not stand out here on the street where you are. I was like, just go somewhere else. I don't feel good about you being out here. Of course, he ignored me and he got killed where I asked him not to stand. But normally I would have been standing right there with him, talking to him, because I saw him every single day. And I stopped to talk to him every single day in that same area. So had I been there, I probably would have got gunned down as well. So I just saw that whole uncomfortable move in my life. It's like, well, I guess it saved my life, because otherwise I probably would have been dead. Yeah. So, things happen. They're so dramatic. It's like, I got to move my whole life. But if I didn't move my whole life, I wouldn't have a life. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. But, but no shame on those that do find that ability to change difficult, because, with mental health as well, I completely understand, but there will come a time where you will just get that little bit of kind of confirmation that stepping out sometimes of that comfort zone, as scary as it might be, as you said, is probably going to save or dramatically change your life. Yeah. No, we're all fighting our battles and I'm opposite. I'm the same as you and opposite. I'm Piscean. But again,
okay, that's who I was married to, a Pisces.
Yeah, we don't have a great reputation. God. We have an amazing reputation and a shit reputation. It's
all I can say, just like Gemini's, man.
Well, yeah, exactly. It's just, we are just, but with that ability to become completely opposite to how we want to be.
Right, right.
But also the ability to be an embodiment of different personas and creativity. And the Jaden who will, I'm actually taking one of my dogs to possibly be put down today. So, the Jaden inside is breaking, but I can also be the Jaden who hosts a show, who's going to sing tonight in a hotel. It's a blessing and a curse being, Gemini and being Piscean. It's the situations we face, the people we bring into our energetic system are the ones that bring out the best or the worst.
Yeah.
Or bring out
exactly
the need to change and to move on to that next adventure, right? So yeah, right. I get you, mate. I get you. And I adore you, and I think you're an amazing artist.
Oh, thank you. I adore you too. It was really nice talking to you, man.
You too. Well, we're going to stay in touch. I'm going to have to sort out where my triangle is. I'm going to have to look for that. I think it's next
You
to the
crazy.
maraca. I've only got one maraca. I think it's that.
That's
I'll
good.
check that.
So
we are in touch, and we will get together
Yes.
again when that album is about to drop. We are going to chat again, or when a new series comes out, or anything that you're doing creatively that you want to do a shout out. Let me know, and
Sounds
we'll
good.
put it out there, mate.
Absolutely. I love what you're doing, man. You're so good at this. Like, you really are a fun, like, person just outside of the interview, just to kick it with and talk to. So you have a good energy about you.
You know what I love? I'm a gobshite. I like talking a lot. I like meeting people. I like meeting creatives. It kind of keeps like, you know, a lot of the things. Like I say, today is potentially a really shit day for me, but you know, just chatting to you has, you know, it's kind of changed my focal point. Has made me feel very positive, and you know, like I'm just going to do today, and I'm relying on the universe to have the best possible outcome for me and my dog and everything. So. No, we just keep going, right?
I'm praying for you, man. That's it.
Bloody hell,
I'm sending you energy and light and love, my friend.
Thank you so much. And mate, come back to you threefold, mate. Listen,
thank you.
Many blessings to you, and we will catch up again very soon.
All right, sounds good. Take care.
See you later, hon. Bye-bye.
All right, bye.
Isn't she lovely? Isn't she wonderful? I hope you've enjoyed today's show. I've enjoyed making it for you. I've really enjoyed introducing you to Noor. She is a phenomenal human being, incredibly busy, incredibly creative. I do hope that before you finish your cup of tea and your packet of crisps, that you will go and follow her on all of her social media platforms. Check her out on Bandcamp, I believe SoundCloud as well, and go follow and support that woman. She is a bloody hard worker and deserves all the support, love, and positive vibrations that you can send us. And make sure you go and check her out. While you're at it, please leave a comment. Please share this show with everybody else. Please subscribe to this channel. And I will see you next week on the Jaden Show with another spectacular person. But before then, I'm going to say bloody hell one more time. And we're going to leave you with another song from Noor. You're going to love it. I'll see you next week. Take care. Bye-bye.
I understand perfectly. I see the envy in your eyes. I don't need you in the picture with me. Had to crop you out the frame, now I can breathe. I understand it perfectly. That wasn't love, that's jealousy. You wanna bring me down, but I found my peace. I understand it perfectly. You wanna bring the worst in me. That wasn't love, that's jealousy. You wanna bring me down, but now I understand it.
I understand, you had a plan, you thought that you was the man. You went and ran, told all your friends I was your enemy and still on the gram, running your lips. You need a memory gland, she needs some milk, I think she needs some help. I mean whatever, look what you did to yourself. Running around here spiting me, you just be spiting yourself. You was out here doubting me, now look at you down yourself. I pray you come to the light, you brought a knife to a fight. I brought a rocket, I'm about to launch it, I'm about to light up the night. My name in the stars, just look at the window, you see it afar. I pulled up to my concert, I just hopped out the car. Them paparazzi follow us wherever we are. I guess I understand why they so jealous now, cause I'm out here on my boozy flow. Come tell your girl to wipe me down. And plus I'm busy getting so much money now that I can't hear you through the stack, so tell that girl to pipe it down.
I see the envy in your eyes. I don't need you in the picture with me. Had to grab me out the frame, now I can breathe. I understand it perfectly. That wasn't love, that's jealousy. You wanna bring me down, but I found my peace. I understand it perfectly. You wanna bring the worst in me. That wasn't love, that's jealousy. You wanna bring me down, down, down. But now I understand it.
I'm understanding it perfectly, this is the reason it's irking me. Claiming we friends, then it depends if I win. I'm taking it personal, good at pretend. I really thought this was a friendship. Stop calling me twin, I'm getting offended. We are not looking like you're looking more like my opposition. You never support, always got negative thoughts. Ain't connected to source. Hitting agenda behind every gesture you count, and you measure the favors you force. All your relationships soar. Nothing authentic about you, you faking, you ain't what it costs. Hate to applaud, barely contribute to anything, but you can claim the reward. The hands that be feeding you put in your mouth. When you was just eating on floors, since you were poor, you should be stable financially, able to eat off for sure. Since you're the poor, I'm blowing your cover. Since you were fraud, I'm one and the other. That was my speech, together we feast, but Harry and eat, the lesson is simple.
I understand. Go! I I see the envy in your eyes. I don't need you in a picture with me. Had to drop you out the frame, now I can breathe. I understand it perfectly. That wasn't love, that's jealousy. You wanna bring me down, but I found my peace. I understand it perfectly. You wanna bring the worst in me. That wasn't love, that's jealousy. You wanna bring me down, down, down. But now I understand,